Welcome to Firefly Finery. Yes? Have you found it? That's it. Oh, thank you. I know it's only a ring, but it feels like I've got part of my son back. It's a good feeling. Now, I know I promised you a reward, so here's a little something for your troubles. Thanks again. See you again soon. Hope.
What do you want? What about it? Bye. What do you want? What about it? Not going to happen, maggot. Because you know, and I know, that the first blow that gets landed is going to get us all killed. You're not that stupid. It's not for sale.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
You must stop this from happening. You there. Where did you come from?
Strange. It looks like you just came out of the Jarl. Yeah, well, don't hurt. The Jarl can tell you more. And suit yourself. You'll find him at the door. And if you have any questions about this place, I talked to Broll the Scholar. He seems to know a lot about a lot of things. See you around.
Wait, are you wearing... Strange. You're wearing the same armor as me. I mean, it's exactly the same. Bye.
Sweetheart, we'll have plenty of time to get to know each other once you've spoken with the Jarl. Come and visit me again anytime you like.
Dovahkiin. Of course, to me, your memories are an open tome. To begin with, I know you are the leader of the band of murderers called the Dark Brotherhood. And I know you have dabbled in petty thievery, stealing the meager possessions of your own kind. I know the blood of the beast flows in your veins. I also know you have come from the future. And why is that? Is your desire for power so great that you would break even the laws of time for it? It makes no difference. You will not take it from me. You would not be so foolish as to break my law. I mean, my law. I made it because your kind would be incapable of order, of peace, without it. That makes me the Arbiter. I am also the founder. I discovered this site millennia ago, and the deposit of Ethereum beneath us. I laid the foundations, and I watched my children grow and learn and use the Ethereum to create marvels, technological wonders. But they grew quarrelsome and used their knowledge to create weapons to use against their own kind, and worse, their own father. So I confiscated their weapons and declared my law that each and every one of my children would live in perfect order, or they would not live at all. And here I am, millennia later, still waiting for children worthy of this city. And for my patience, it seems my reward is a visit from you, Dovahkiin. Well, why have you traveled through time to come here? What is it you seek? Speak plainly. What crimes has this self-proclaimed Jarl committed? I see you believe what you are saying. It seems my misgivings about your kind were justified. He and his subjects must all be purged. Now, while I commend your honesty, I am afraid you too must be punished, for my law must be upheld. Goodbye, Dovahkiin. Of course, to me, and I know you have. I know it makes no difference. I mean, that. But, so. Well, why have you traveled through time to come? Speak plainly. Now, while I can. Now. Where were we? I've learned nothing from all this.
The challenger is near!
Of course. And I know you have... I know the blood. It makes no difference. I mean, that makes me... I laid the... But... So I... And... Well... Why have you traveled through time to come here? What is it you seek? If only you could read my memories, as I read yours. Very well. Ask your questions. You flock here, your kind, like moths to a flame, driven by greed and the lust for power. You are warned about my law, and when you disobey, and you always disobey, you force my hand, bringing death upon yourselves. So you ask if I am the one killing your kind, and I say no, you kill yourselves. I am merely the means by which you do it. 2,000 years in your terms. But time is different down here. I count time in waves, generations, civilizations. You and your kind up above are number 322. You wish to be ageless, like me. In truth, time passes differently in here. It would take an eternity just to explain it to you. It is not my place to reveal that secret to you, Dovahkiin. But when they moved on from this world, I was left behind. You see, the energy that has sustained me all this time, it anchored me here. I could not leave this place if I wanted to. So I see. Now, state your purpose here. Your words are tainted by your sins, Dovahkiin. Yet, I acknowledge your heroic deeds too, Slayer of the World Eater. Very well, I will listen. Choose your next words carefully, Dovahkiin. What is it that you made worse? breaking my law. In the future, at least this explains why you traveled back in time. I warn you, tread carefully. Everything I have done here, everything I have done, has been, I thought that if I could create peace here, create order, that I could prove to the world that such a thing is possible, and they might follow. When the first of your kind disobeyed my law, I was disappointed. But I thought, if I was patient, the next wave might fare better. But that wave met the same fate, and the next wave after that. They betrayed me, and I had no choice but to wipe the slate clean. But the more I failed, the more firmly I had to believe that I would be vindicated one day. But I have suspected for a long time that day would never come. And now I see it never will. There is no place for peace and order in this world. I will stop. From this point forward, your kind will be free to live how they choose, in whatever chaos and squalor they create for themselves. I will destroy this Ethereum to ensure your kind can never exploit it, and you may all return to the world of man, should you wish. But I warn you, Dovahkiin, making these changes will create a paradox in time. The events that brought you here will never have taken place. What will become of you is difficult to predict, but that is the risk you have taken by interfering with the past. Now, are you ready? Goodbye, Dovahkiin.
Hey! You started me there. Wait. I know you. You're... No, that can't be right. For a moment there I thought you were... You know, the one the statue was meant to honor.
Cassia! Oh, I completely forgot. I asked her to wait for me at the top of the lift and... I guess I got so tied up in this place that I lost track of time.
I'd better head back up and let her know I'm alright. Hey, do you want to come with me? We can chat along the way. Great. Follow me. Let's run back up, shall we? Don't want to keep my sister waiting any longer. So, you're probably wondering what I've been doing down here. I guess it's been, what, a few days? I'll be honest. I came down here looking for a haul I could unload on the next merchant I met. I just wasn't expecting to find a thriving city, and the history of this place is amazing. Did you know that up until about 7 years ago, they had what they called the Dwarves' Law? A
Apparently, there were inscriptions warning that if one person committed a crime, everyone else would pay for it. But they were all trapped in the city with no way out, so they lived in fear that someone would break the law and get them all killed. Then, one day, a strange man appeared in the city out of nowhere. They say he just walked out of the lake house, like he owned the place. And he wore this spectacular dwarven armor. Not like the battered old stuff you see in the ruins. And a few people saw him walk into this quarry, into a field of deadly radiation, like it was nothing, like it hadn't killed people before him. And then, the ground started shaking, and golden statues were collapsing, and inscriptions were crumbling all over the city, all at the same time.
And the sun under the ground, which used to light up the entire cavern, bursts into flame and explodes.
And strangest of all, the cavern roof opens up like the petals of a flower, and there's real sunlight for the first time in thousands of years. So of course, people start wondering, did he just walk down here and single-handedly dismantle whatever was keeping the dwarves' law going? Who was he? Was he still alive? So Bro, the local scholar, goes down into the quarry to take a look. But now the whole place is empty. But all the way at the bottom, sitting alone in the darkness, is a statue of the stranger. Oddest tale I ever heard.
What do you want?
Hey, hello there, friend. Can't complain, my friend. You know, not long after they executed Metellus, turns out he was behind Macy's disappearance. They made me Jarl. It was a bit of a shock, to be honest. But I guess they wanted someone who wasn't at all like Metellus. Jarl Galvar. Still sounds strange to me. And I guess I have you to thank for it. If you hadn't freed us from the dwarves' laws, Ulrin could never have overthrown Metellus. So, thanks. I imagine you'll be moving on soon, but you'll always be welcome here. We even kept your chambers exactly as you left them.
Is it true what they say? There was a dragon held captive in Whiterun and you released it? By the gods, man. Why?
I know. Sorry, Cass. I lost track of time again. It's just that this city is so amazing. You have to come down with me and see it for yourself. I promise. It's perfectly safe.
Well, all right. But first, let me thank our friend. Thank you so much for bringing him back in one piece. I really thought I lost him. I can't thank you enough. Now, I promised you a reward. This is something I always carry with me, and it's become very dear to me. I'd like you to have it. Thanks again. My brother and I are in your debt. Hey, hello, my friend. Oh, you wouldn't believe what a difference it's made. Habik and I finally felt safe enough to have another son. His name's Malik and he's 6. He's just discovered his love for running. And fortunately, running isn't something Habik and I have to do anymore. We're safe here. I have no idea what you did to bring an end to the Dwarves' Law, but whatever it was, thank you so much. We'll never forget you.
Need something?
Oh, hello. Do you like my fancy new clothes? You mean, after the sky opened up, and the old Jarl died, and we got a new Jarl. Jarl Gulda is nice. He gave me a house and these new clothes. Bye-bye.
Have we met? Better, thank you. You know, all that time I was looking after Brandis, I remember him telling me about the ancient evil under the earth. I really thought he was mad, but I guess he was right after all. Well, I'm glad you were able to finish what he started, whatever you did down there. So, on behalf of Brandis and Leandris, thank you. I like to think their souls are at rest now.
What do you want? Better. Now that I know I'm not being watched anymore. Still, someone has to protect this place, and that someone is me. So you might have taken down some old dwarves or whatever, but if you start any trouble here, you're going to find yourself toe-to-toe with me.
Hello there. Wait. Are you who I think you are? Much better, thanks. This place has really turned around. Miranda and I were finally able to have another son. He's probably around here, somewhere. And now that the city has opened up, we have a bit of trade. So the store is doing much better too. And if you really are who I think you are, then I have to thank you for it. So, thank you. You did a great thing. For all of us. See you again soon, I hope. Hello there.
Need something?
Hello there, friend.
It's a beautiful city, isn't it?
Hello, neighbor. Well, let's see. That was 7 years ago? A lot has changed since then. For the better. I'm married to Gulvar now. Sorry, that's Jarl Gulvar. He still talks about you. And how he saw you come out of the old Jarl's lake house. You gave him a real fright, though he wouldn't have showed it. I know he'd be happy to see you again. You should go and say hello, if you haven't already. Hello, neighbor.
Ah, you've returned. How long has it been? 7 years. You're the one who brought about the end of the dwarves' law. Thank you. Wonderful, actually. Gaia and I are still researching this place, of course. But now we get to share our research with the outside world. But I must ask, what happened down there, under the city? What did you do? You convinced him, you say? Well, if it is as you say, you must be terrifyingly persuasive. I only wish I could have been there to see it. I can see that you have somewhere else to be. But perhaps one day, when you have the time, you'll let me record your story in my journal for posterity.
Hello, dear. I'm getting older, I'm afraid, but Mara watches over me. Which reminds me, did I ever tell you about the light of the goddess Mara? See you another time, then.
Hey, it's been a long time between drinks. You really set the rumor mill spinning last time you were here. I've been great, especially after that pig Metellus got what was coming to him. Did you hear Ulrin and Maisie left together not long afterwards? Can't say I blame them. If I were Maisie locked up in the Jarl's secret prison like that, I'd be wanting to get far away from here too. And Marius, that creepy Imperial, turned out to be a member of the Dark Brotherhood named Quintus. But he slithered away without causing any trouble. Other than that, we're all a little older and wiser. But you don't look like you've aged a day in the last 7 years. You must tell me your secret over a mug of fine moonshine one day. Take a good look. See anything you like? Come and visit me again anytime you like.
Hello? Is someone there? Have you brought me something to eat?
Word is spreading like mage fire. The great evil has been vanquished. You have truly saved us all. All hail the Dragonborn.
Oh, hello there. Great. Braun and I are still working together toward a better understanding of the dwarves. But personally, I think the greatest mystery in this place is you. I mean, you showed up 7 years ago out of the lake house and charged down into the tunnels like a knight in shining armor. Then, the city transforms around us, and you're just gone. So I have to ask, where have you been all this time? You're a time traveler? Incredible! I suppose that explains your sudden appearance as well. Well, I won't take up any more of your time. I have to write all this down. Now, where did I leave my research note?
Hi there. Better. Mostly. Problem is, I know I can get skooma now, so I have to keep myself from heading up to the surface. But life's better in the Citadel without that old bastard Metellus. I get to make food for the whole city now, so nobody's going hungry anymore. Bye.
Hey there. I've been great. I mean, my father was overthrown not long after that, when Ulrin discovered he was keeping Macy chained up in his locked room. Ulrin dragged him down to the city and executed him in front of everyone. Horrible business. But now, I'm free to wander Skyrim as I please. Of course, I don't, because it's just awful out there. Nords everywhere. I prefer it down here.
The ancient tongue you are Dovahkiin, Dragonborn.
Oh, it's you. I didn't think we'd ever see you again. Oh, so much better. And thank you for whatever you did down there under the city. You know what? I don't even want to know. Everyone's a bit more relaxed, including poor Odrycus. He and I are... well, we're seeing each other. Turns out, he's a beautiful man once you get to know him. You know, well, it's great to see you again. I know you'll be off on your next adventure soon. Still, you'll always be welcome here, my friend. Come back soon!
You're the one from the statue. I've been well, thank you very much. As a matter of fact, I went back to Solitude to rejoin the Imperial Legion not long after the city opened up. Believe it or not, I completed 3 tours of duty, but then I took an arrow to the... well, to cut a long story short, they made me retire. So I came back here. Best city in all of Skyrim, if you ask me. Now that bloody dwarf's law is gone. You deserve a medal for what you did. But this'll have to do. Here, take this. A small token of my appreciation. You'll always be welcome here.
Hey, what is it? Came here to gloat, did you? Well, go on. Look at me. Working the mines like a peasant. And did you hear Saphira left me at the first chance she got? Is that what you wanted to hear? Are you happy now? Get lost. You sicken me.
Yeah, is there something you want? So, you heard about that, did you? Well, I went back to Markarth for a bit, but there's no there for me. So I wound up back here. Still getting used to the new Jarl, but Gulver's an alright sort. Got everybody working now, which is fair. At least I get a good night's sleep.
Hello there.
It means so much to us to have the claw back where it belongs. Here, this is fresh. I'll have another meal ready tomorrow. We have a cozy little profit. Here, this is your share, love. Goodbye, my love.